Today we're getting into the latest Tesla news, including Tesla's new engineering headquarters, new sightings of multiple new Teslas, new Tesla battery deals, and more, so let's get into it, and a special thanks to Babbel for sponsoring a portion of this video. First up today, Tesla held an event this week announcing their new engineering headquarters. Tesla has talked about expanding their presence in California for a while, and this is a big step they're taking in that direction. Tesla originally announced the new headquarters in a tweet and then live streamed the announcement. Overall, there wasn't much new info, but Elon Musk spoke about the opening for around 9 minutes. He talked about how this will be the headquarters for Tesla's global engineering, and it lines up with the 20th year Tesla has been a company. Coming up later this year is the Cybertruck, so he reiterated that release timeline once again, and noted that they had a bunch of pre-production units at the event for those attending to check out. This will be the headquarters where they'll develop Optimus, and prior to this announcement, they were already one of the largest manufacturing employers in California. They now employ 48,000 people and plan to keep expanding. With the addition of this new headquarters, they're spread out around the state of California with their main factory in Fremont, new Megapack factory in Lathrop, design studio in Los Angeles, more footprint in San Diego, and then this headquarters in Palo Alto. This building they're taking over used to be the headquarters of Hewlett-Packard, so it's an interesting transition that they see as very fitting and exciting. Elon responded to this on Twitter saying EV1 to T0 to Roadster to S3XY to Semi to Cybertruck and beyond. They may announce the rest at their Investor Day coming up in less than a week, and he hinted at that as well. As pointed out by Electric, this announcement, quote, underscores that though Tesla was able to move a lot of mostly manufacturing jobs and HQ to Texas, the brain trust of Silicon Valley is still key to Tesla's survival and growth. So Tesla will be expanding a lot in California and keeping engineering and AI efforts there where a lot of their talent is located. Next up today, Tesla has made it known that their goal for 2030 is to have a yearly production rate of 20 million cars. In order to do this, Elon has said they'd need at least 12 gigafactories, meaning they'll have to open 8 more in the coming years. With that growth, they'll have to expand their partnerships with their suppliers, so we've heard a lot about new deals lately. Now they have reportedly signed a deal with a new battery tech company. Magnus Energy Technologies is a self-described, vertically integrated lithium-ion battery technology and materials company based in Australia and could become an important Tesla partner very soon. They announced this week that they signed an anode active materials, or AAM, offtake agreement, saying Magnus Energy Technologies Limited is pleased to announce that it has entered into a binding offtake agreement with Tesla Inc. for the supply of AAM beginning in February 2025 with fixed pricing. As part of this agreement, Tesla has agreed to purchase natural flake graphite from them, as well as processed anode material based on that graphite. The company is also part of a New York consortium working to build a lithium-ion battery cell gigafactory in New York and has ties to C4V, a New York-based battery cell technology company. Both of those relationships could prove very useful at Tesla. At the same time, in light of the new US tax incentive restrictions set to apply in March, Tesla has decided to shift its battery cell production from Germany to the US. Tesla currently builds cells at its pilot plant in Fremont, California, but is also developing larger-scale cell production at Gigafactory Texas and Berlin. Back in October, though, it was reported that there were other issues with battery production at Giga Berlin, including a significant delay in a crucial but highly complex production technique. Now, the Brandenburg Economy Ministry issued a statement confirming that Tesla is holding off on full cell production. They said Tesla has started its battery system production in Grünheide and is preparing to manufacture battery cell components. The company has prioritized further production steps in the USA because tax incentives make business conditions more favorable there. Tesla has also confirmed that they are successfully ramping up production of their 4680 battery cells at Giga Texas. Those cells will help them to ramp up production of the Model Y, their most popular vehicle, and they'll also be used in the Cybertruck when it launches, as far as we can tell. Tesla has always prided itself on vertical integration. They own every aspect of their operation from production to delivery, but what they don't have yet is their own mining operation. At their Battery Day event in 2020, they announced that they were getting into the mining business, and Elon said, "We got rights to a lithium claim deposit in Nevada over 10,000 acres, but then last year he said they might actually have to get into the mining and refining of lithium due to insane price increases." That confused a lot of people because they were supposed to already be in that business. In the last couple of years, it doesn't seem that anything has come of those 10,000 acres. Now Tesla is supposedly considering acquiring Sigma Lithium, a Brazil-based lithium miner which is currently valued at $3 billion. Acquisition, especially at this scale, is not something we've known Tesla to do much in the past, but their growing demand and lofty production goals may be changing the way that they run things. According to a Bloomberg report, Tesla, the EV maker run by Elon Musk, has been speaking with potential advisors about a bid for Sigma Lithium. Sigma Lithium is one of multiple mining options Tesla is exploring exploring as it moles its own refining, a person with knowledge of the matter said. Reportedly, Sigma Lithium's biggest shareholder, which holds 46% of the company, has been exploring a potential sale and is gauging interest from miners and car makers. This might not necessarily lead to a sale, but Tesla would definitely be the company most interested in getting into this business. Next up today, we have a number of Tesla sightings and updates, including all cars besides the Model Y. For now, the Model Y isn't being actively tested in the open from what we can tell, but we can expect Tesla will be adding hardware 4.0 there in the near future. 2 new vehicles do appear to be on the way though, while they update their entire fleet. Recently, the Kilowatt spotted a new Model X at Tesla's factory lot, clearly sporting their new hardware 4 suite with updated cameras. This is especially illustrated in the side camera, which is much larger than before in regards to the area around the lens and the lens itself. The rear camera is also very noticeable, with its lens being much bigger than before, and this goes right along with recent reports we've heard that Tesla is already building the Model S and X in Fremont with hardware 4.0. Some small design changes for those cars is happening as well. While we can clearly see from the exterior that these are updated cameras, which would be hardware 4.0, it wasn't entirely confirmed until Tesla hacker Green the Only ran the VIN and confirmed it to be so. This doubly confirms that Tesla is just about to announce this, and we are expected to hear about it more on March 1st. Another change we're now seeing in production is the round wheel option for the Model S and X. Not too much to see here, but we should see customer deliveries with a non-yoke in the near future for those cars. Tesla appears to also be removing the rear T emblem from the Model S and X in favor of the word Tesla on the back. This could simply be a design change, or who knows, maybe it's some supply chain issue that they're getting around. At the same time, they plan to not have emblems on the Cybertruck because it's so identifiable, so the Tesla word on the back of this car might just be good enough. As for the wheels on these cars, Tesla appears to be adding red caliper covers to the Model S and X. The Kilowatt spotted this, saying, "Back at the Fremont factory, I can confirm caliper covers meant to make the rear brakes appear bigger than they actually are have made it onto the most recently produced Model X's as well. So this is no change to the function of the brakes on these cars and simply a cover that makes them look larger and stand out. I think it looks better than before, but most wish Tesla would actually upgrade the brakes on these cars given their insane power." At the same time, the Kilowatts also spotted a new Project Highland Model 3, and there are 3 big things to notice here. Before we go any further, I'd like to thank today's sponsor, Babbel. Babbel is one of the top language learning apps in the world, with intuitive lessons to help you learn a language through real-life conversations about travel, business, relationships, and more. I personally want to learn a new language to challenge myself and to feel more confident when traveling to places where they don't speak English. There's probably nothing more vital than being able to ask things like, "Donde está el baño?" and that's just scratching the surface. Babbel is the perfect app for this since it focuses on equipping you for real-life conversation. Here's an example of a more advanced lesson teaching me Spanish for daily life. This is just one of many lessons, and they have a wide variety of lessons for all levels. Babbel is scientifically proven to help you start speaking a new language in 3 weeks. The lessons are designed by real language teachers, and they offer a 20-day money-back guarantee. It's very simple to use through their app or on your computer, and you'll see results with just 10 to 20 minutes a day. To check out Babbel for yourself and get 60% off on your subscription, click the link in the description below and let me know in a comment which language you're interested in learning. First and foremost, the front end at this angle actually looks larger than before. It's possibly giving us our first look at how Tesla plans to change this, changing the front end's design to bring potentially certain aerodynamic advantages, manufacturing advantages, or something else. It appears to be a bit boxier as well, but of course it's hard to tell under the cover, as is Tesla's intent here. Many expect the front bumper to include new cameras and radar as well, but it's unclear exactly what Tesla is hiding here. As for the wheels, these are actually wheels we haven't seen on a Tesla before. Tesla's current 18-inch Aero wheels look like this with the cover off, so they may be introducing a new wheel that they're testing on this Project Highland Model 3. As for the back of the car, it's hard to tell what they're covering, but they again have something to hide and are clearly collecting data on something in the car. Some speculate that this could be a 4680 Model 3, and that certain design changes may relate to a structural battery pack design for the Model 3, but this cable could literally be anything. The main change that isn't covered up though, that we can see for sure, is the increased flare for where the camera is located on the fender. In this new Model 3, the flare continues into the door, which is a body panel change for this car. Before that was simply relegated to the front fenders for the Model 3, but they now continue into the door like Tesla's other vehicles. It's unclear why they might be making this change, but we assume that the camera located on this updated Model 3 is the exact one we're seeing on the new Model X's from Fremont. It's likely the updated larger lens for the Hardware 4.0 sensor suite. As for the Cybertruck, Tesla showed it off at their new engineering headquarters unveil event, so we have some new sightings there. What's inside spotted the Cybertruck being driven up onto the grass at Tesla's new engineering headquarters, and the funny thing was how much care and consideration was taken. The Cybertruck suspension was raised incredibly high, giving us a good look at how much travel there will be in the final version of this truck, but ultimately this truck is supposed to be incredible for off-roading. Tesla is protecting a multi-million-dollar prototype here, but it was definitely funny to see them using a wood ramp to ensure the Cybertruck went off-road safely. Before the event, we got a good video walk around of the Cybertruck as well, again with the suspension very high. This prototype has some misalignments and includes the original large side mirrors along with no windshield wipers, so it appears to now be one of the older ones. Others posted walkarounds of the Cybertruck on display with crazy lights, and Elon Musk himself posted a video of the Cybertruck at their new engineering headquarters, mainly just showing the front light bar. Lastly, a video of the Cybertruck driving around in terrible quality was posted online. This shows the suspension higher than we've ever seen it on the Cybertruck, and it's exciting to see. As I mentioned earlier, at Tesla's event this week, Elon reiterated that the Cybertruck will be releasing this year, and we're starting to see sightings ramp up. The difference between Tesla's more recent vehicle launches, or refreshes, is that leading up to them, it was sometimes hard to tell from a distance if it was a Tesla or not. The Cybertruck is instantly recognizable and crazy though, so we'll probably see this truck spotted more than any other Tesla prior to its launch. As for Tesla charging, we're slowly seeing Tesla's progress with opening up their Supercharger network. It's raising a lot of obvious questions, but the question of how Tesla will make their network compatible with CCS charging cars is now completely answered. The way Tesla plans to do this is with the Magic Dock, which releases a CCS adapter plug as needed from the existing Supercharger stall. Now it appears Tesla is installing their first Magic Docks that people have seen. This is a Supercharger located in Verona, New York, and might be one of the first operational Magic Docks. It's great to see, and it's a very simple change to Tesla Superchargers that should allow them to open their network to other vehicles with little additional hardware. As more people have heard about this first station, we've been able to get some really great close-ups. This photo shows what the Magic Dock itself looks like. It appears to be a really great simple design that keeps the look and simplicity of a Tesla Supercharger while adding a CCS converter that can't be stolen. The Tesla cable will release for a Tesla driver, and when a non-Tesla pulls up and starts a charging session from the app, the Tesla handle with this converter will release. On top of this photo, Anthony H on Twitter got a video of the new station. Again, the Tesla handle releases right from the charger as usual, and once Tesla opens these chargers up to other EVs, the CCS compatibility will be right there. I see this as a really smart solution for Tesla, but the big question now is how these short cables will reach other cars. Superchargers are specifically positioned to just reach the charge port of a Tesla, always on the back left of the car, but we'll see this get a lot more complicated and confusing since many cars have their charge ports located elsewhere. As Tesla continues opening up their Supercharger network, to which they've committed 7,500 chargers by the end of 2024, we could actually see other automakers placing their charge port where Tesla does. Tesla will likely have the only charging network people actually can rely on for some time, but we'll have to see. Either way, it's very exciting to see Tesla's Magic Dock and understand how Tesla plans to open these chargers long term. It will cause some issues and be a slow process to get there, but it's the best for electrification as a whole. Tesla is making a lot of changes this year. While it appears we'll see changes across the board to their hardware and cameras in all of their cars, the real changes will be the new Model 3, whatever Project Highland ends up being, and the Cybertruck. Those will be models we can clearly say are new models from Tesla this year, and the Model 3 should bring some big noticeable changes. Hopefully we'll hear more about that on March 1st. Last up today, some updates about other automakers. Over at Toyota, they have been lagging on EV production for some time and are now planning on making new electric SUVs within the US as early as 2025. Beyond that, they plan to have an output of 10,000 monthly by 2026, and a lot of that is coming from their new CEO, Koji Sato. It's a small update, but something we should be hearing more about. US production would certainly help their efforts, but they first need a compelling EV product, and they haven't succeeded with the BZ4X as of yet. Lucid Motors has officially announced their financial results for 2022 and Q4 of 2022. Lucid's overall position is that thanks to increased production in Q4, leading to revenue over $257 million, they believe they are liquid enough to get into 2024. They produced 3,493 vehicles in Q4 for a total of 7,180 in 2022, which exceeded their final revised guidance of 6,000 to 7,000 vehicles for the year. 2022 revenue in full was $608 million, and they ended up with approximately $4.9 billion total total liquidity. Their guidance for 2023 production is 10 to 14,000 vehicles, and these will include cheaper versions of the Lucid Air. Lucid's CEO Peter Rawlinson said, "Last year was a challenging year for everyone, yet despite the extraordinary supply chain and logistics challenges, the team persevered with an unrelenting focus on delivering what we believe is the best luxury sedan on the market," and added that "we are proud of our technology and product achievements. We're gearing for growth while simultaneously taking a comprehensive look at reducing costs, and I'm very excited about the opportunities that lie ahead of us." It's great to hear about their production, but many are concerned about Lucid more than other EV startups like Rivian. They have an incredibly tough road ahead, but as always, I'm rooting for all EV companies. They make a great product and have really impressive engineering, especially when it comes to efficiency. Geely, the owner of Polestar and Volvo, is planning to launch a new high-end electrified product series by the end of this year, specifically aimed to take on Tesla and BYD. This is their Geely Galaxy concept car and is a high-end sedan that looks a bit like a Porsche Taycan, Model S, and Lotus. They plan to ultimately launch 7 new electrified products, including 3 fully electric vehicles, and their Galaxy E8 will be arriving in Q4 of this year. We'll see what that brings when it arrives. Over at Lordstown, they have halted production of the Endurance as they go through a voluntary recall. Lordstown said vaguely that they have experienced performance and quality issues with specific Endurance components that have led the company to halt production and deliveries. The remedies they are working on include design modifications, retrofits, and software updates, and their CEO said, "While our experienced team has made significant progress in addressing the underlying component and vehicle subsystem issues affecting the Endurance build schedule, we remain committed to doing the right thing by our customers and to resolve potential issues before resuming production and customer shipments." Currently, this recall only affects 19 Endurance EVs that are either delivered or used by Lordstown, and they plan to have a more detailed update on their earnings call on March 6th. This is another rough roadblock for Lordstown, who has had a really tough time getting to production. That's all the latest Tesla news for today, so in the meantime, if you want to see full details as to what Tesla's Hardware 4.0 will be bringing, you can check out that video linked up here or in the description below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.